Good evening, everybody. How you doing? It's your boy Jay again. I'm back with a new topic. This topic is provided by one of my longtime friends, Mr.Micky Simmons, and the topic is settling for less. But before we get into this topic, I would like to ask everybody, please, if you are looking at this, I need you guys to look at the link that's down below. It's a Facebook link to an organization, a veteran-owned organization called Chain Link Custom Fences. This organization is operated by my buddy, Mr.Micky Simmons. They pretty much do any kind of fence you need. So if you have a house and you're looking to get the hookup, you're looking to put some custom fence around that house, they do all types of metal work, woodwork. I believe they do interior also, but that's something you can find out if you just simply click the link and reach out to my friend, Mr.Micky Simmons. Shout out to my boy Mick. All right, so the topic today, ladies and gentlemen, is settling for less, right? So it's pretty much simple, right? This is about settling for less in relationships, right? So if you are in a relationship, ladies and gentlemen, and that relationship feels more like a war zone than a happy place, you may need to reevaluate your situation and get the hell out. I mean, like get out, like fast, just get out, right? You see, often I find couples staying together and being committed but for all the wrong reasons. You see, and although they may be together with one another, the truth is they're about as separate as a 13-foot pole wedged in between them, right? You see, ladies, I'm gonna start with you first, right? Often you may find yourself in a relationship because your man may have you brainwashed. He may have you brainwashed into thinking that he is the only person in the world capable of loving you intimately, or that he's the only person who sees in you things that in his own mind he believes others will not see in you, because he's put it into your mind through his behaviors, through his negativity, that he is the only person for you, and in turn he's able to treat you that way and you're not able to exist without him, right? So in his mind, that's how he's trying to control you, and in your mind, right, you will sit there and believe that you love this man, but often, you find that the love you claim to have for this man is actually substituted with the fear of the garbage that he's been putting into your mind actually being real. And when in all reality, it is just a gimmick to keep you from realizing your full potential and leaving him. So ultimately what you're doing, ladies, is you're settling for less. You're accepting the garbage that your man may be feeding you, and I don't believe he's a man at all, right? That your boyfriend may be feeding you, right? Because only a boyfriend would do something like that, make his woman feel like garbage. But a man will, sit there and try his best to make sure that his queen is taken care of. So once again, that love that you claim to have with this man will ultimately be substituted with fear. The fear, not that you're scared he might beat you or something, but fear in the sense of, wow, this guy really, he's right. Like no other man could love me. Like there's no other way somebody else could feel about me the way he does. So I'm gonna just stay with him and take this abuse because, I'd rather be loved than alone, right? And sometimes being alone ain't so bad. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on your situation. But ultimately, you are setting for less. Fellas, man. Oftentimes you may feel like you bagged the illest shorty, bro. Like you bagged the shorty that is like, of all shorties, she is out of your league, right? So in turn, you slave yourself and you overcommit to something, hoping that you could keep her strictly focused on you, right? Like you give her everything you could give her. You do as much as you can to make sure that her attention is strictly focused on you, right? Because, you may be a semi-decent looking guy and you're like, wow, I bagged a 10, right? A 10. And then it's like, holy crap, I got to do everything to keep her happy, right? But you got to remember, love is a two-way street. She got to keep you happy too, but that's a later topic. Anyway, so, you bag this girl and you're overcommitting now to something that you really hope is going to work. And at the end of the day, the only thing keeping her linked to you is not love, it's discipline, right? Because all the love in the world doesn't mean anything, right? Facts. It's just facts. Like, I mean, it's just what it is. People tell you they love you and then they leave you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? So how can you love someone and then still leave them? But again, that's another topic for another day, right? So, you're overcommitting, fellas, and you're working a little bit too hard when really all you have to do is play the game and play it simple. You know what I'm saying? Not every game needs to be played on hard, right? This ain't P4. We're not trying to platinum our relationships, right? What we're trying to do is just keep it in the middle. We're trying to just find that balance, right? So you see, fellas, the one thing that makes you extremely attractive beyond looks, beyond physique, beyond everything is your confidence, right? Confidence is very attractive, and some women will have you believe that you are lucky to be dating them. Like, a woman will put it in your mind that, you know what, like, why am I even dating you? Like, I could have any guy I want, but I'm dating you, and blah, 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 right? So a woman will put into your mind that you should be grateful that she even considered you as an option, right? So fellas, if you find yourself in one of these relationships, what's going to end up happening is that circle of abuse is going to destroy you, and it's going to and you're going to end up accepting the bull that she gives you. You're going to accept guys inboxing her and her not saying anything about it, or you're going to accept her giving her number out to dudes and dudes texting her telling her how beautiful she is, and it's like there's no limit at that point. Like, there's really no point in allowing these things to go on, but because you feel like, wow, do I want to keep this 10, or do I want to end up single and then possibly never date another 10 again because she's right? You know what I'm saying? I'm very lucky, I'm very fortunate to have been blessed with such an amazing woman, right? I'm so blessed. Like, look at her, she's like a Greek goddess, right? So what happens is you end up taking this abuse, right? And you take this punishment of her flirting and DMing and betraying the loyalty of your relationship, because in your mind, she would have you believe that you cannot catch another girl like her. And that, my friend, is very similar to how men brainwash women. That's my dogs in the background. Pretty much very similar to how men brainwash women, and in turn you end up settling for less, right? You're in the same boat. You're settling for a woman who's not taking care of you the way you are taking care of her, and ladies, you're settling for men that are not taking care of you the way you are taking care of them, right? So how do we avoid settling for less? It's very simple. You got to do two things, and if you do these two things, you will never have a problem in your relationship, right? Rule number one, set standards, right? Set standards. And rule number two, the most important rule, is set expectations, right? If you can set standards and expectations, you'll be upfront and honest since the beginning of your relationship, and then you guys really shouldn't have any problems, right? So what are standards, right? Standards are simple actions and behaviors that you will or will not allow around your presence. It's very simple. There are certain things that you will allow around you and certain things that you won't allow around you. Like me, if my girl wants to talk to her girlfriends about how sexy she thinks some guys are, then she needs to do that on her own time. Like me, I don't need to hear it, even though I could care less. But me, I don't want to hear it, right? So at the end of the day, I'm gonna let her know, like, look, whatever you feel about other dudes or whatever, keep that between you and your girls, right? Like, don't come home to me talking about how you got this hard on for some dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear all that. So at the end of the day, what you want to do is you want to be upfront and honest. You want to set those expectations, and you won't have any problems, right? So basically, you're just going to be upfront, right? You're going to be upfront about the things that you like, things that you don't like, and things that you're flexible with. Now, it may seem like it's an interrogation, right? Well, I like this, I like that. But really, that all depends on your ability to have a conversation with the girl you're trying to get with. And ladies, that depends on your ability to have a conversation with the guy you're trying to get with. Because, I mean, if you guys can't really just sit down and have an educated conversation about things that turn you on, turn you off, and things that you might be okay with and might not be okay with, if you guys can't converse about those things 100% open and honest, then you might as well just cut the video and just say, you know what, I'm not even going to bother getting into a relationship with this person because we can't converse. There's really no point, right? So that's step one, right? Set standards. Two is to definitely set expectations, right? So what are expectations, right? Expectations are the results of not only the standards that you've set, but also, in a similar sense, the definition or your definition of what a girlfriend or boyfriend or what your man or what your woman, it's the definition, your definition of what a man or woman is and what you expect of said person, right? So pretty much you're going to let this person know what you expect off them right off the bat, right? So that doesn't mean you go say something wild like, I need you to, Like fellas, right? You can't be like, I need you to be flexible in bed. Like you need to be able to do that exorcist position. And you know what? You kind of chunky right now, so I need you to lose 130 pounds and get a cakey, right? No, that's not what I'm saying, right? It means set reasonable expectations of things that you'd expect from your significant other. And if you still do not understand what the hell I'm talking about, I will gladly provide you with an example right now, right? So for example, me, right? Like my future woman, very simple, right? My woman needs to be 100%. When I say 100%, I mean 100% sign, right? It needs to be 100% open and honest with me about everything. Now that seems like a big request, right? To be open and honest about everything, right? Because guys flip and all this other stuff, right? But me, I'm a real dude, right? Like honestly, my preference is a woman who's 100% open and honest, right? So it seems like a lot to ask from somebody, but I'd rather you tell me everything that's going on in your head so I can deal with it and clear any doubts or any potential setbacks than you think something, assume something, and then it causes an argument, it causes a rift in a relationship, right? So if I wake up in the morning and my breath stinks, like I'd rather you tell me, babe, you know what, I'd rather you not kiss me because your breath stinks, as opposed to I'm gonna kiss you and then be mad about it because your breath stunk and you kissing me and now I'm mad. You see what I'm saying? Like little things like that, they spark arguments. All it, you gotta understand, fires are huge, right? Some fires are huge. And they'll burn buildings down, but what people fail to realize is all it took was a little spark. See what I'm saying? A fire don't just 1 minute there's nothing there, next minute boom, instant flames, everything is just burning, right? Hellfire. No, right? It starts with a spark, a little spark, something real small, and boom, ignition, and then it goes from there. You know what I'm saying? It goes from there. So you got to set these expectations, right? Like another expectation that I have of my woman is very simple. Woman, you need to be loyal. Loyal. What does that mean? It means very simple. I'm not the controlling type, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you who you should talk to, who you shouldn't talk to, because at the end of the day, before me and you got together, you had guy friends, you had girlfriends, you had exes that you talked to, you have all this stuff, right? So I'm not going to sit here and be your father, right? I'm going to be your man. I'm not going to be your father, right? So my thing is be loyal, right? So the minute me and you enter that that committed relationship and we say, you know what, we making it official, right? We putting it on Facebook. That's it. The status is there. We official, right? Now, I'm just kidding. Forget the whole Facebook thing. But you know what I'm saying. The minute we decide to make it official, right, that we are in a 100% committed relationship, then that loyalty meter needs to be on this. So that means these same dudes that hit you up, that be like, hey, mommy, good morning, you need to be like, hey, you need to chill with that, because if my man sees that, he's not going to appreciate you calling me mommy. I'm his mommy now. You know what I'm saying? That's my man. You know what I'm saying? My man wouldn't appreciate that. Like me and you can still talk. We could be friends, but there has to be a line now. You got to chill. Or, you know, when guys are hitting you up, and fellas too, because girls will throw cheeks. When girls are throwing, you know, hints at you, or like, yo, if you were single, man, I can't wait. Like, you need to be telling them girls straight up, yo, that's if I was single. At the moment, I'm not single, so you need to chill with that. Because if my shorty goes through my phone, which my phone never has a password, but if my shorty goes through my phone, you're going to set me up for a big problem. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, let's not get to that point, right? So set those expectations, right? Those are very simple, basic expectations, right? To be loyal, to be honest, to be trustworthy, to be kind, to be 100%, right? To be 100%, because those things are what is going to establish a strong foundation for your relationship. And if the foundation for your relationship is feathers, it's going to crumble. What you need is some brick and mortar. What you need is some concrete. You need something that's hard, that's not going to shake, right? You need some straight earth rock in there to make sure that whatever happens to your relationship, your foundation is so strong that you'll be unshakable, right? So, very simple way to not settle for less, right? Again, set expectations, set standards, and that's the only way you will find someone who is of your standard, right? When you set standards and expectations, you can interview 1,000 people, and then you'll find the one person who's like, wow, you know what? I really believe in being 100% honest. Wow, I really believe in being loyal and faithful. Wow, you know, we really believe in the same thing. We should date. We got things in common. And before you know it, you with the right person, right? Just because you're interviewing 1,000 people doesn't mean anything. You're just trying to find the right person for you. right? So in order to avoid settling for less or being in a relationship where you're not being treated the way you should be treated, where the relationship is 49-51 instead of 50-50, listen to this video a couple times, take some tips from this video, and understand that these are very simple and basic expectations that you can set for one another to ensure that the relationship and the person you're dedicating yourself with is to your standards and not just someone that you're settling for. Again, thank you guys for viewing. Please rate, comment, subscribe, share. Also, post a topic. Please don't just watch the video and walk away, man. Just watch the video, post a topic. Let me know what you want me to talk about. Because I got a lot of fire up here. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to give it to y'all. This topic again was provided to me by my longtime friend, Mr.Micky Simmons. Also, please remember I'm going to post a link to the Facebook page down there for custom chain link fences. The cell phone number is there. The business phone number is there. His email address is there. They have a very big contractor base. They have a couple good reviews already. You know, they're doing work. This is a veteran-owned business, right? So if you support me, right, you know I'm a vet. If you support the troops, right, go on ahead and just visit the page. I'm not asking you to buy a house and order something from him. What I'm saying is at least visit the page and share it, right? Sharing is free, right? So just share the page, put them out there because somebody out there has a home that they need work on. So let's make sure that we helping each other out, all right? Love and peace. Remember, I'll be back tomorrow.